Chief, the preservation of life and the continuity of emergency services is something the Omaha Police Department is most concerned with right now. We have extra officers that are being called in so that we can assist with traffic control, assist with any searches, and to ensure 911 services continue to go on throughout the city. That is in place. If you need 911, call us, please. We're staging to be ready for any emergencies. We're also here for mutual aid to any other counties and any other cities that may be here to assist. Right now, our prime consideration is traffic control, search and rescue, and supporting the Omaha Fire Department, who's in charge of this scene at the moment. We've been very fortunate with very few injuries. It seems like our warning systems in the city of Omaha have been very effective. Chief Bossman and I are here to take any questions if you have any at this time.
You said a few injuries. Do you have a number on that at this time?
Right now, we know of 2 people that have been transported with minor injuries.
Can you lay out, in terms of area, the extent of the damage and kind of maybe where the storm went?
Well, we know the storm tracked along 215th Street in Maple and continued a little bit past 4th Street. And so that took out a number of houses up there. A lot of them, I'm not sure, were even occupied, new construction. So that's an area of concern. As far as the other pockets of the city, I'm not sure the extent of the damage, but Chief Bossman did touch on numerous areas that were hit.
Why do you think injuries were so few?
Chief Bossman and I, at this point in time, think the warning systems in the city of Omaha and Douglas County and our surrounding area were highly effective. The meteorologist who gave us advance notice of quite some time played out in our favor on this occasion. We were not hit upon a sudden storm. People had warning of this, and that saved lives in our opinion right now.
So 2 minor injuries, and then is there one in the Blair area?
Not sure of the Blair area. We do have houses destroyed, so we need to make sure we check all those houses for any injured people, and that's part of our search and rescue that we will conduct.
Do you know anything about the potential damage at the airport?
I'm not familiar enough to talk about it. I know they suffered some, at least property damage to private planes and things like that. But anything more extent from that, I don't know. I would defer to the fire department if they do.
Chief Bossman, with the hardest hit areas, can you tell us again what Omaha Fire has been working with?
Yes, so we have crews dispatched to the hardest hit areas right now. They're going to be putting together a strategic plan for a detailed search of the area, starting with the properties with the most damage. We'll be looking for, throughout the property in debris piles. We're looking in basements, trying to find any victims and make sure everybody is rescued that needs assistance.
Do you have any schools or churches, businesses that were impacted by this?
I don't have that number.
You said you could be potentially looking for victims in debris piles or basements. Do you have any notion that could have happened?
Just given the nature of the damage, it's possible that there could be victims in there, or certainly individuals who need help out of a property that's unsafe. So that is part of our plan, is to look at each property and make sure everybody is out that needs help out.
Okay, everybody, thank you. We will keep you updated as things develop. That's where we're at right now. We appreciate you coming, appreciate your advance warning to our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.